father in the Lord, senior minister Arome Osayi. And we had gone to a nation together, and we were the two of us. The PA did not have, at that particular time, was not able to come into that nation. And so I was going to that nation to minister. I didn't know my father in the Lord had not been to that nation. So I had gotten my own ticket to go to that nation. 2 days or I can't remember if it's 2 or 1. I don't want to lie. I saw his poster. My poster had come out before. Then I saw his poster online. I called the person that was taking me. I told him I'm not coming to preach. He said, why? I said, a senior minister is around. So I feel I have nothing to offer. Arome Osayi will build the report for me. So I decided to stay back. That evening, a prompting came to my heart. And the Holy Spirit told me, go. I didn't know where I was going. So I went, took the aeroplane, and flew to the south. It was in it was in Congo. He has CW. He has never choose a country he has been in. He has never even been to Congo. It was in a nation. And then finally when I got there 2 hours. You know, some of you talk about commitment. I got there 2 hours. I had an opportunity to go for my conference and shine. And I would put a flag and say, the eagle is coming to your land. Prepare. Collect yourself. Build your territory. See your life changing. For I, CW, is in your presence. Jehovah told me go. When I got there, I asked the Lord, what is happening? He said, look at the flight. And I'm telling you honestly, I didn't know. When I looked at the flight, I reached there 2 hours, 3 a.m. He said, look at the board. I went to the board. I said, I saw the flight. He says, he's coming here at 5. Stay here. So I stayed here. I stayed in such an angle. He didn't know I was coming. Forget you when you give tithe. You want people to know you have given tithe. You know, whatever you do publicly has no reward. He says, and the Father who sees in secret rewards you in public. Don't be a public person. You will miss God. Don't be a politician in his presence. I speak in parables. So when I got there, I waited. The people that were coming to receive him, I could see them. I had the right to go and tell them, you have arrived. And I know they honor me. Jehovah told me, stay far. So I stayed far. I took a Maasai thing and I hid myself. It was so bad, and I'm not lying. I'm saying it the truth. It was so bad that the security system, they thought I was... They thought I was what did you hear? They thought I was anointed. At least the ones that will get the audio will never know what conspired. So they would come and tell me, are you waiting for someone? I said, yes. So one of them came and picked me and took me to a control place. And he started interviewing me. And I says, what I'm here for, your realm cannot understand. That's all. So I say, you have 2 things. If I've done a mistake, you arrest me. But if you saw me seated there, I'm not a crazy man. And you will see the reason. So finally when I saw him coming out, he had a brown t-shirt, I'll never forget, and with a kofia. You won't even know it's him. He had this, you know these kofias, these capes we buy when you're going to Nakuru, the ones that are made with animals. He was wearing an animal on his head. That's the best way to describe it. And no one could pick it. So he went and passed. But because it was not me that invited, know your place in life. Leave people to do their job. Sometimes it's just good to sit and give your idea time to see whether someone else had thought about it. The fact that you thought, you manifested it first does not mean you're the only one that thought about it. It's just that you're in kierere, you're in a hurry to be the one to receive reward. So I watched him. Then I noticed that after he had gone out, the people started running to him. And I'm watching. Finally, when they had done, he told me, Sandra, go and carry his Bible. I said, Lord, Bible. I thought you were going to tell me, you see, of the 4 days, I have given you 1 day. Preach that night. Shine! He told me to take a plane to carry a man's Bible. I went there, I was happy. So I noticed when he had finished saying hello to everyone. I didn't go there as a superstar. Like the acting we saw, even in heaven. That the pride, no. I noticed everyone, then I camouflaged. I say, Senior, how are you, sir? When he saw me, it's a CW. You know, there is something about Uyomze. Make sure you're not a tick. Tick sons. Tick. And I'm not talking about A. That's not the tick. Because I can see you. It's not the tick this way. It is the people that suck blood from your dreams. Suck blood. They never add anything to you. Be careful of such people. People that only take from Jesus and never add to his kingdom. What has the kingdom gained from the time you got born again? I know you have gained a car. I know you have gained a house. I know you have 49 children. Many adopted. I know you. But the question you should ask, what has God gained when he gained me? If you can't answer that question, you should not. He called me in his car. I said, CW, come here. I say, senior. No. And I was willing to take an Uber. I say, I will follow you. He said, CW, you don't even know this nation. I say, yeah, you too. It's your first time. So what I will do, you will lead, I will follow. I was willing to take an Uber. What shocked me is that when you hide, God exposes you. But when you expose yourself, God makes sure that even you can't see yourself. They had prepared an entourage for him. And because of him, they had honored me. The car that I was carried there, I'm still to recover. You know, I sat in that car. Have you ever sat in a car at the age? Part of your life, that's the only way I can say it. Part of your life is seated. You're only seated with one side of your life. If you know, yeah, the other side of your life is ready for exit. I said, no, what is the problem? And then they took me to the same hotel he slept. God had prepared people in the same hotel. The Lord told me, I'm the one that told you to come. The sign that I told you to do something is that I provide for you. That's the sign you know. If you notice there's a struggle, sit down. It's not your time. So serve someone until it's your time. You're not listening. Serve someone. That's how you know. When it's your time, in the fullness of time, God sends. That's how you know. So if you notice there's a struggle, it's not your time. So the best thing you can do is to connect with someone who is his time. I give you wisdom. And you serve in that person's time. And then you learn in his time. So what you are doing is that you are spending his time. You have not even entered in your time. So in another person's time, you are gaining wisdom. So that when it's your time, you will not drown Peter when he has called you to walk on water. Some of us will drown in ministry when he has called us to walk. Because in your days of learning, you did not want to learn. You are proud. No one can tell you anything. And they gave me a room. Then I served him. And my job there, I disappeared in my conference. I disappeared. No one would celebrate me. They will see, Senior Minister Apostle Arome. And the Lord will check my heart. If you notice you are feeling that thing, let me shock you. You are in for a class. Utaka, when other people's celebration touches you in the wrong way, oh, you will see it. If you notice someone is being celebrated and you notice that spirit will say, why not me? You are finished. That why not me? You will serve in poverty for long until why not me leaves you. Because nothing is about you. And I was okay and I would serve him. I'll carry his Bible, help him. Then I noticed they didn't even know how much to do. So I was now the right person for the job. You needed to have seen how I shined. But all my shining, no one came and told me anything. You needed to have seen how his shoes were clean. Yet I know I have a big ministry I've left. But I became a small boy. His shoes were clean. I would run in the morning and ask him, Senior, what are you wearing? And he would give me. I would meet him ironing. He's a very simple man. I would take the clothes. I say, you stop, you are killing me. What answer will I give God when both of us are in the same territory and you are ironing? You know, many of you don't know service. You just want the flambeau. You just want the John C.W. that now is preaching and everybody saying, yeah. I was happy. At the end, you know, they would come and pick him and I would need to run behind him. No one, who are you? But God wanted to make sure he kills that thing. True to it, I celebrate that man. In life and in death, it will be known I celebrate him. They would pick me with they did, you know, that team in South Africa, what is it? In Congo. That team, may God bless them. Because they gave me an experience, in my view, then, I did not deserve. But somehow, some way, Jehovah touched them. And my stay in that land was so beautiful. They made my stay beautiful. They matched that the same food I would have desired to eat, but I felt God would raise someone. And the same food I was looking at, I said, wait. Someone will come and say, no, take this one. It was so much so that I would reject gifts in that land, reject them, because I felt bad. And they will give me money. I say, please, I beg you. I didn't come for that. I was told to serve that man. And I will carry his Bible. I became his protocol. What are you saying? Until the day we left the airport. My flight was earlier. I cancelled it. I paid some dollars extra. So I cannot leave that country when he's there. So I told him, senior, you go. He went, then I took my flight. Then I came to Kenya. I learned so many principles, because those things only happen when you're operating beyond this age. Because when you operate in this age, everything about you is selfish. It's you. That's how you know you're in this age. Everything is about you. When you begin to operate in the age of God, the first thing you meet is love.